SourceFedNerd Anime Club, it's me Jenny, aka ClassyLibrarian, and this week's anime was Sword Art Online, which my quick review for is I really enjoyed the first half. I absolutely loved the first half of the series. The second half of the series I had mixed feelings about, but overall I really enjoyed it and I would recommend it. My favourite thing about this series, and it's very similar to .hack, is just the style of this. It's so beautiful to look at. I wish I could live in this world. I wish I could play a game version of this world. It's just so beautiful to look at. You can watch this on silent and get a level of enjoyment just because the background art, the character art, how they interact, and how the entire feel of this is just so lovely to look at. I love the background feeling. It's so pretty. So I really enjoyed the visuals. I really like the direction, the way that the fight sequences work. So you're like, oh, they're taking out a boss, and it's so exciting and so interesting, and you get that, oh, they do it, oh yes, that's so cool feeling, even though, you know, you're not actually fighting. And there was a certain level, a very small level for me, which is the feeling that I get from watching a walkthrough rather than playing a game, where there's a certain lack of investment in the characters, and that could be because for the main two characters there is quite a lot of character development, but for a lot of the other characters they pop in and out, and you're not really following them in the same way that you are with other animes. In this one, it felt slightly detached. It felt slightly like watching a walkthrough. I didn't quite have that same level of investment in the characters that I've had with previous animes, or that I would have if I was playing an RPG, while it still had a certain level of enjoyment for me because I do enjoy watching some walkthroughs and other people playing games, because I'm not a very good gamer. I like doing it, but I'm not very good at it, so sometimes I like watching my sisters play and being like, ooh, pick up that would be so cool. So there was a definite level of enjoyment there, but I think there was also a level of detachment from it. My main criticism that I would have with it, in comparison to .hack, is because .hack managed to cram a huge amount of plotline into a very compact 3-episode thing. You managed to get all of the story, you managed to understand the plot, while this one had a lot more room to expand. So there's, in a way, a lot less going on with development. I mean, there is some character development, as I said, that the main two characters are so well developed. Their relationship progresses in a really beautiful, really complex way that I just really enjoyed. It was brilliant to watch. I just really liked the way that their characters interacted and how they progressed through the game and matured as characters, because 2 years passed during the course of this, and it was really well handled. But there was some things in this that felt like they were kind of expanding it a bit too much. The overall feeling of the game, the fact that it's 100 levels. I know MMORPGs are very big, but this felt huge, and perhaps unnecessarily so. And it lasts over the course of 2 games in the end, and it felt as though they were expanding it slightly too much. For me, I really enjoyed a lot of the stuff that they threw in, like all of the stuff to do with costume progressions, character stats, the interesting stuff of party versus single player characters, all of the little in-jokes about what your class rating is and whether or not that affects your gameplay, all of the stuff about not knowing who someone is or knowing who someone is from their online persona. I found that really interesting, but it was a little bit overwrought for me. It could have been condensed a little bit, but it didn't spoil it for me. I did still enjoy it overall. My main criticism from this, the one thing that spoiled it and left me with a slightly bad taste in my mouth at the end of this, was how misogynistic the villain is at the end of this. He is clearly a villain. It is not a commentary on all men in general, but to say, spoiler alert, that this gets a little bit rapey towards the end, just kind of ruined the whole feeling of it, particularly to do with, I apologise for my pronunciation, Zora's character, because she's so strong and so well defined in the first half of this series. She's so competent, she's in the moment, she's carrying on with her role, and she's doing a really good job at it. She's talented, she's hardworking, she's smart, she's dedicated, she's more sexually aware than Kirito is in many ways. She's very independent, an incredibly strong character, and then in the second half she is just left as an object, and an object for pretty much all of the characters. She's the only one of the main characters that is in mortal danger physically, because she can't die in this fantasy world without dying in the real world. So she's the only one in mortal danger, she's the only one in sexual danger, both in the real world and in the RPG world, and it's not even insinuated, it is blatantly said that she is at risk of rape. And it takes it to a point where it gets very close to the mark for me. And that left me with a really bad taste in my mouth because she's so well handled in the first half. She's treated so well, she's given time to develop, she is very, very aware of herself in the first half. And in the second half she's just so objectified. I wasn't very happy with that, but again, it all ends in smiles and giggles, and I did enjoy so much of this. So much of this I loved. But just the way that her character's treated towards the end, it just kind of spoiled it slightly for me. I would recommend watching this, 100% I would recommend watching this. It's fun, it's beautiful, I love all of the RPG themes, I like how the characters are handled more or less. It's just that one aspect that really ruined it for me. But the first half, brilliant, I love it so much. So yeah, that's my review. I hope I haven't offended anyone out there. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this video, and I'm sorry. But in the meantime, I will see you guys all next week. Feel free to leave your comments or whatever you want to say. I'm prepared for dislikes all the way around the clock, but I would like to hear what you think, and I will see you guys all next week. Bye guys.